Hey, I'm Kev, Mr. and welcome back to MotoGP 17 and the manager career, as we're headed to Germany. And here we are around a wet Sachsenring. The rain dance has worked once again for MacDonald. This time it's a bit heavier was the rain, as you can see offline, very wet. But online, pretty dry, and as you can see it's dry overhead. But very cloudy, so we'll see what the conditions are like for the race. But let's concentrate on our qualifying laps. Remember, we do 2 laps now. It's got to break very early into this first corner. Oh, but look at that. Got the back end out, helped the momentum, the turning through the corner. Not through that left-hander though. But then you got this very long right-hand. It goes on forever. Got to be so patient on the throttle again. Not patient enough, a bit wide on the exit. We've got this double left, and now it opens up. First through the long left, and then a bit of a kink of a left. Get down to 4, braking early, then over the rise. Dab the brake so we don't go too wide, and through the left. And now, finally, there's a right-hander going on to the back straight. As you can see, bike bouncing all over the place. It's a bumpy circuit. It's kind of personified by this penultimate corner. Let's get nicely into it, though. Now into the final corner. Going uphill. Could probably have braked a ton later. And oh, he's off! As he goes on to his second effort, a 27.3. Should have been a 25. As he saw that was very good up to that point. And now he's already drifting wide. He's got no momentum on the front straight heading into this lap. Still 25. I reckon he'd be right up there. See if we can do that then. As you can see, 2 seconds off the pace in that first sector. As is our teammate going fastest. Go Finn. Flying in these conditions. Let's go through the double left. And now there it is. 25.5. Confirming what I expected. Need to do, get it into the 25s. You can see 1.8 down now. Gained some time back. That sector. Let's try not go too wide through the left. Now onto the back straight, through the right. Virtually there, half a second back. MacDonald's going for pole. Into the penultimate corner, he's run wide though. Just keeping the tyres cool, of course. That's what he's doing. Now into the final corner, braked a bit later. Bit smooth on the power. Oh, 25.8. Not quite pole. There's even question what could have been with that first lap. That was faster, no doubt, than my second lap. As the bike is damaged, just ignore. We're not going out again. And let's skip time. We didn't see rainy conditions in the background. And we're going to be in the top 10, it looks like. As it's going to be Marquez on par ahead of Morbidelli with Lutin. Third, Oliviera, Passini and Nakagam. Then Baldassari. MacDonald in the middle of the third row alongside Shirota with Zabi. Now at the top 10, where's our teammate? On the back of the 6th row, once again alongside Sherwin and Axel Ponzo. Very good qualifying for Elusive twins in the end, despite that fall for MacDonald. Could have been even higher, but still top 10. Fantastic result. Let's see if we can go much better in the race though. As here we are looking at the grid, and you've got usual suspects right at the front. And on the second page, there is light still, as you can see in the background, still got wet conditions though for the race. That's very good for the Elusive riders. There's Magnum on the next page in AT. Very good for both riders as well. They've excelled in these conditions in the past couple of races. So I'm expecting some more solid points from both of them.
The race to start now. We're just waiting for those lights to go out. And the riders will take these last few seconds to focus on the race ahead.
As you have Eco right at the back. The teammate of Luti's on the front row as MacDonald. He's got a very tricky run to the first corner. Very tight there. You never know what's going to happen. As the lights go out for this 8-lap race. And a mega start past Bassini. MacDonald motoring into the lead, into the first corner. Gone slightly wide though on the exit, but he still leads. Mega start from MacDonald. It's like he had launch control where everyone else was bogged in quicksand. As Luti's in second ahead of Morbidelli. Just as I say that, here comes Morbidelli for the lead. MacDonald having none of it. Oh, the bashing. MacDonald gives Morbidelli some manners. As now Luti leads. But for how much longer as MacDonald goes round the outside of the Swiss rider, does he? Nakagami in third. What is going on at the beginning of this race? Where's Marquez? Where's Oliveira as MacDonald leads? Through the kink. Now onto the back straight. It's Luti and Nakagami behind, a second and a half behind. Man, where's the Japanese rider come from? Morbidelli forced back by MacDonald, and now the rain pours. The rain is coming. And MacDonald, well, his pre-race rain dance has worked off. He will be singing under that helmet in these conditions. 1.7 seconds ahead of Luti now. No doubt he did the fast out and opening out 26.1. That would have been very good in qualifying, wouldn't it? In the top 15, that's around where our teammate qualified, as Baldassari's passed Nakagami for third. Where are the title contenders this race? Morbidelli's recovering after his show with MacDonald at this after that. Opening that. Putting down a marker is MacDonald to Morbidelli there. You can't boss him around. Sure the Italian will heed that. He doesn't get a good result here. But where are Marquez and Oliveira? This could be a brilliant result for MacDonald with Luti in second. 2.4 seconds back. Baldassari in third. Nakagami in fourth. This could be just what the doctor ordered for MacDonald heading into the second half of the season. This is the last race of the first half of the season, and it gets with MacDonald out front by a country mile. We can just talk about the first half of the season. Not just for MacDonald, but for the Elusive team as a whole, as our Moto3 team has come alive this season with the Argentine leading the way. But Andrea took a couple of races to get up to speed, but now that he is incredibly good. And thanks to the suggestion from, I forget the name, sorry, in the comments, he said go for Master Tussler. As the other riders in career mode, well, it definitely is paying off. 25.1 for MacDonald on the second lap. Going on to the third lap. Now you can see taking a wider line that first corner, but then trying to get a good exit. It's all about being smooth. Look how shiny the surface is. It's a bit distracting. 4.3 seconds over the ET now. Gonna want to nip down, look at my reflection. As you go through. Oh, the second left. But of course, tricky conditions these. Just got to be as smooth as possible. MacDonald don't need to push. He's built up a lead. Just going to be being smooth as possible. Everything should be fine. Avoid the curves as well. Again, they've got some really chunky ones on the inside of corners. But you saw in that qualifying effort, MacDonald messing up. That's what he did in the first half of the season. Or the first quarter of the season. Mess up quite a lot. In Kota, not a horrible race on the Moto2 machine. He was pretty good around there on the Moto3 machine. I don't know what happened. He's definitely got a pace around there, but just in the race, it's just not worked out for him. In Qatar. I say Kota, I meant Qatar. He does a 24 flat. There you go. That's what happens when you're smooth. I've got an 8-second lead on Luti. No one else is going to win this race apart from MacDonald, I don't think. But yeah, Qatar just disappointing as Baldassari's up the second now ahead of Luti. What a race from the Italian. And Luti in his de facto home race, of course, being from Switzerland. It's this race or the Mon home race. Doing very well on the Interwitter machine. Even more so is Baldassari, the Italian. Always around the top 5, but never really on the podium or battling for it. Now it's his time to shine in the rain. Yeah, poor start in Qatar, and then better in Argentina. Very good race. Just tyre wear bit us in the end, didn't it? That's what we had to look out for in those early races as well. Just tyre wear. It seems to not be an issue in the second half of the season. Now where we are, tyre is not an issue. Just in the early rounds, Argentina, Cota, Jerez. As I mentioned previously as well in episodes where we battled a lot as well, it can be an issue. So like out front here, you can see tyre virtually non-existent. You're supposed to go in the second half of it. Almost 10-second lead over Baldassarri. So far out in front, they won't give us an update in the bottom left. So that's maybe something we've got to look out for in MotoGP in that first season. MacDonald is the tyre wear. Of course, more powerful bikes, the MotoGP bikes. But that Yamaha is a pretty smooth bike, likes the smooth riding styles we saw with Jorge Lorenzo in the past. With Rossi, with Maverick Vinales this season. So it might not suit MacDonald's style. He does like a bit there, isn't he, of a rider. But you get used to it. Just think about at this stage already, who's going to be like his teammate? Who's going to step up to Moto 2? Do we reward the Argentine rider if he wins the Moto 3 Championship? If he's right up there, Moto 3, get him up to Moto 2. Then have Andrea lead the team with someone else. You know, there's lots to think about. At this midway point of the season, you get towards the silly season, thinking about next season as well. But yeah, Argentine was good until that final lap. Lost a couple key positions that could be. That's like 4 points he lost, MacDonald, in that final lap. Every point counts this championship, especially when you start so far back as MacDonald did. We saw that in Cota again, having that issue. And that's coming up with Austria, of course. And Aragon. We've got to look out there. Those are 3 races where it could mess up for MacDonald. So he's basically got to win everywhere else to really make up for it. But he's certainly doing that. Since around Jerez, where again he messed up. He was battling for the win. But just lost it in the second half of the race. Lost his cool. So again, those are a vital, what, 20 points he lost there? At most. At least around, 15. So that's like 20 points MacDonald, or 20 to 25 points MacDonald has lost this season. Just by himself, and that's a race win. That's second place. Those are big points he has lost. So if he loses the championship by that much at the end of the season, like we saw in his 3rd season in Moto 3, and he does start the fastest lap on the 6th lap, he goes on to the penultimate lap of the race. He will kick himself at the end of the season. But we'll see. He's having a superb race here. Just like these conditions in Le Mans as well. In France once again, kick-starting his season at the 5th round in Le Mans. So the Riviera is up to 3rd Evoluti. So one of the title challenges is getting some decent points. As Luti gets past the Riviera. Well, Morbidelli and Marquez though. That's the big question. This race, if Morbidelli's nowhere after MacDonald put the manners on him on the first lap, that will really close up the title battle between him and Marquez, between him and Riviera. Of course, we'll bring MacDonald right back into it as well. But yeah, he definitely does like the wet conditions. He's had a good run in qualifying as well, wet conditions at Catalunya, Assen here, and here in the race as well. We're doing more rain dances second half of the season. But yeah, fantastic win in the mine, and then the Mugello as well. Again, that was wet conditions, wasn't it? So it's been a good run. Just didn't quite get the win in Catalunya though. Again, that's another 5 points he might regret at the end of the season. So Olivia back past Lucci has won the final lap. But he's certainly making up for that poor start to the season. You've got to look out for that in MotoGP as well on that Yamaha. I don't be hoping not to do that. Let's go through the left hand in this first sector. And then we've also have the Moto3 team. The Argentine ride has been superb. Right up there in the title battle as well after his first win. And Andrea, not a good qualifier, but boy does he race. Saw that a bit when he was alongside MacDonald previously, but now with a bit more experience on his side, a better bike. Definitely think I'll retain him for next season. Then we've got the Finn alongside MacDonald, who's come on leaps and bounds in the last couple of rounds. Scoring consistent points. And then the MotoGP team start with the KTM. Now got the Yamaha, developing that Yamaha for MacDonald for next season. I hope they don't finish last. Definitely not retaining those riders for next season. No doubt, but as we cross the line in the Sachsenring, it's another win for MacDonald by a country mile in wet conditions. Your wet weather master has returned, and he wins by 24.5 seconds. Bloody hell, ahead of Baldassarri. Brilliant podium for the Italian, with Olivia in third, Marquez in fourth, Morbidelli in fifth. They still got top fives, god damn it. Bassini in sixth, Bagnaia seventh. There is our teammate in eighth, ahead of Nakagami's best finish in Moto2. Well done to the Finn, with Luti rounding out the top 10 after being in second for so long. Leading on the first lap. What happened to the Swiss rider? With Sabine 11th, Courtois 12th, Agata 13th, Kent 4th. No, Agata Marini 11th, Sabi 12th, Courtois 13th, Agata 14th, and Kent in 15th, just ahead of Showrotta, the home hero, missing out on points, unfortunately. Do apologise, I missed out Marini there. And looking right at the back, it is Andrea Locatelli. So in the championship at the halfway mark of the season, Morbidelli leads Marquez by 15 points, leads Oliveira by 18 points, leads MacDonald by 38 points. We've more than cut that deficit in half in just 5 rounds from MacDonald. He is definitely in this title battle, with Baldassarri up to 5th after his brilliant podium ahead of Passini by 4 points. Lutin 7th, Bagnaia 8th, Sabi 9th. Nakagami rounds out the top 10 by 6 points ahead of Marini, Courtois 12th, Agsa 13th, and there's the Finn in 14th with 23 points. Already my most successful team, I believe, in Moto2, sorry Vanda, and he looks like he's going to get even stronger in the second half of the season. Always improving is he has. We've got Kent in 15th, Isaac Bernard 16th, that's upon 17th, Surin, Remy Gardner, Brad Binder rounds out the top 20 ahead of Marcel Shirota. So when he caused the last point score on the speed up in 22nd. Ahead of Xavier Simon, Raffin, Sandro Cortese, a poor home round for him as well. Edgar Pons, Jorge Navarro, Yoni Hernandez, Nakashima, Axel. Rounding out the top 30 ahead of Paoli, Manzi, Ika, and Andrea Locatelli as the wooden spoon at the halfway mark of the season. Has in the constructors' standings been a perfect first half of the season for Calix, and they lead KTM by 3 race wins, 75 points, with Tech 3 in third on 60 points, Suter in fourth with 33, and Speed Up with a single point from Corsi in fifth. So yes, there will be some partying tonight, marking MacDonald and the clones, as there's Baldassarri. Compare notes with Olivia, they must have had some crazy races behind. As yes, the crazy eyes are back. MacDonald is back as well. So, looking at the weekend recap, a fantastic win for MacDonald in Moto2 ahead of Baldassarri and Olivia, with the Finn up from 18th into 8th. Once again, they both achieved the race objective, while MotoGP, the usual story. But once again in Moto3, Nuku started from pole and won the race. The Argentine riders, he's third in the championship, smashed his race objective. And the same for Andrea. Good qualifying for him in relative terms. Started in 27th, but finished in 2nd. Championship position of 6th, smashed his race objective. Well, brilliant from the Moto3 pair once again, back to back 1-2s for the first time in Elusive team history as well. And Andrea improves everything, so does the Argentine apart from his brake, and MacDonald has braking up to 91. Finn has his throttle management up to 74, and the MotoGP pair improve everything. They will have full MotoGP affinity after the next race. As we've earned a decent amount of credits, over 300,000, and reputation. As we have got to rest after that weekend in Germany. That was crazy, especially the partying after that Team Elusive HQ. And so we end the episode with an activity day. As before we do that, actually, let's go to the garage, because the R&D has come in for those Yamaha parts. So let's go to bike development. Let's improve this Yamaha once again. As you see, max speed, acceleration, brakes all up, so is handling. So I think we're going to, well, develop the frame, because we haven't done that. Then with the second workshop bit for the Yamaha, we're going to improve the engine once again. There's already back over 1 million credits, just noticed that at the top. And then suspension or brakes, what do we go for? Let's go for the brakes. Let's improve that. So there we go. Lots of parts to develop for Yamaha, but let's see what we can do for an activity day. As we can do an interview, we'll receive an extra credit bonus if you achieve the sponsored objectives of 100%. Put in a TV advert, get 22,500 credits. Do a prize competition, increase in fixed credit race reward from your sponsors for the next race. Or go to the coach, do some muscle building, improve the throttle control ability by 20% for the next race. Okay, so we've got some interesting choices here. Not sure about sponsor objectives, won't be doing that. Not sure about the immediate credit bonus, because the prize competition surely gives us a lot more than the TV advert. So I think I will go with that, as that once again it helped rebuild the credits and give us lots of credits for next season as well to improve these bikes and pay for better riders as well. As next time out we'll be heading into the second half of the season and the Automotodrome Brno in the Czech Republic. A kind circuit once again to MacDonald. Can he continue his streak and close that gap to the top 3? Can the Finn continue scoring points? Can our MotoGP riders not finish last? And can our Moto3 riders get another 1-2? Find out next time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then.